Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm going to do your June the 15th just for today in a meditation. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation and see what we have. Okay, the title of this meditation today, Resistance to Change. Many of us cling to our fears, doubts, self-loathing, or hatred because there is a certain distorted security in familiar pain. It seems safer to embrace what we know than to let go of it or the unknown. And that comes from the basic text, page 34. Okay, we have often heard it said that when the pain of remaining the same becomes greater than the pain of changing, we will change. Our fear can keep us from growing, afraid to end relationships, change careers, attend new meetings, begin new friendships, or attempt anything out of the ordinary. We stay in situations that are no longer working far longer than we have to, simply because what is familiar feels safer than the unknown. Any change involves overcoming fear. What if I'm alone forever? We might think if we consider leaving our lover. What if I find out I'm incompetent? We may wonder when we contemplate changing careers. We may balk at attending new meetings because we will have to reach out. Our minds manufacture 100 excuses for remaining right where we are, afraid to try something new. We find that most of our pain comes not from change, but from resistance to change. In NA, we learned that change is how we move forward in our lives. New friends, new relationships, new interests and challenges will replace the old. With these new things in our lives, we find new joys and love. Just for today, I will release the old, embrace the new, and grow. What a powerful meditation. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the wee version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Please and thank you. Just for today, right? Okay, resistance to change. So we're talking about the serenity prayer. We'll just end it with the serenity prayer. And we talked about the courage to change the things that we can. Resistance to change implies to me that I have some power, right? I'm using the power that I have, mental, physical, whatever it is. I have some power and I'm using it to resist whatever it is that I probably need to change. See, it's interesting to me that our powerlessness is conditional. It's not absolute. Our powerlessness over the disease of addiction, right, is it's fundamental to have that understanding and appreciate that we try many a times to control our obsession and compulsion to use drugs, and we were not successful. And that admittance of powerlessness actually leads to the power to do something different. It's not, is that powerlessness is not absolute. It is a surrender. It's a giving up of attempting to have control over something that we clearly have none over. It leads to a person being empowered. I think I like that word better. It allows us to become empowered to do the things that we need to do now. We actually can make commitments with a clear focus and show up to the things that we commit to. We're empowered to be able to say no when we need to, instead of saying yes when we mean no. So resistance to change is using that empowerment that we've received in a somewhat negative way. Well, I'm not going to go to that meeting. You definitely have the power to go, right? You've been empowered to be able to do that. I'm not going to go to that meeting because I don't know anyone. Yeah, it's the closest one to my house. It's the only one that really fits in my schedule besides Zoom. And my sponsor did ask me to start making in-person meetings again. And yeah, no, I'm not going to that one. I don't know anyone. Everything's changed since the pandemic. See, the empowerment, the ability to do something, to change something, is being used in a way that is not productive for our recovery. So we choose, right? I'm finding that we choose to change when it's convenient. When it's inconvenient, we resist it. And a lot of times the resistance to change takes more energy than the actual change. I have a mentor. I love this lady. She always puts things in a spiritual perspective for me. And she stands behind the fact that life is complicated enough. If we have it in our power to make someone else's life a little bit easier, why not just do that? We have it in our power to make someone else's life more enjoyable, a little bit easier. So they're not struggling so much with mental illness, not struggling so much with those automatic negative thoughts, condemning themselves all the time. And sometimes it just takes 30 seconds of a kind word or a gesture. And that's what I'm thinking about here. This resistance to change, the resistance alone opens up so many other complications compared to that 30 seconds of surrendering, using our strength, using our empowerment, our gifts, our capability, our spiritual principles. How about that? To not only serve and benefit others in the sense that she was speaking about, but what about ourselves? What about using what we have to change something for ourselves, put ourselves in a better position, put ourselves in a better frame of mind? For some people, it's not just 30 seconds of changing a mindset that I can do this and I will do this. And how about I'm not going to think about it anymore and I'm going to get up and do it. That laundry has been waiting on me all week. I'm going to go in the basement with my little tea, my little iPad, and I'm going to do the laundry. And not only that, maybe when you're down there doing the laundry, you'll find that there's tons of clothes that you don't wear anymore. You don't want to wear. They're out of season. They're brand new, lightly worn, and can be given away to someone that has nothing. just using our capabilities, our empowerment to embrace the new and to grow and to move forward. Listen, you know what? Life is going to move forward with or without us. I don't want to be left behind, stuck in the pandemic with this mindset that I can't be close to anyone, can't interact with anyone, can't breathe the same air as anyone. I don't want to be stuck there. Time moves forward with or without me. And I just rather move along with it. Here again, they use the old adage, when the pain of remaining the same becomes greater than the pain of changing, we will change. And I like to add, we will change or we will begin to die on the inside. We will become resentful, angry, fearful, neglectful, hostile, unfriendly people. And that's no way for me to be today. I don't want that. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope you've enjoyed the meditation for today. I have. Have a beautiful day on purpose.